Hey everyone, Daniel here, and welcome back to Ad Fontes. We're looking at Scrum Guide 2020, and look at us, we are beyond the first sentence. So give yourselves a quick pat on the back. You've made it this far, but hey, we still have a long way to go. So let's dive in and see what we can learn together from this next section of the Scrum Guide. So in a nutshell, Scrum requires a Scrum Master to foster an environment where a product owner orders the work for a complex problem into a product backlog. The Scrum team turns a selection of the work into an increment of value during a sprint. The Scrum team and its stakeholders inspect the results and adjust for the next sprint, and then we repeat. So real quick, a Scrum requires a Scrum Master to foster an environment. So what does that mean? That means that they are a culture maker, I like to think about it. So that means that first, a Scrum Master embodies the values of Scrum, of focus, openness, courage, commitment, and respect, that they encourage the pillars of empiricism that undergird Scrum, of transparency and inspection and adaptation, so that these things can really thrive and be as effective as they possibly can. So let's dive into those. So a product owner orders the work for a complex problem into a product backlog. There's various techniques and ways of ordering, and I will give my thoughts on that later on when we dive more into it. But here's our product backlog. Our product owner ordered it, and then our team, the whole Scrum team, is going to turn these into this beautiful increment. I mean, look at this thing. Look at what the Scrum team made. Right? The whole Scrum team is accountable for creating this increment. Even though the main people who are making it are the developers, the whole Scrum team is accountable. So here's our Scrum team. We made this increment based off how the product owner, who is a part of the one Scrum team, decided to order it. We turned that into an increment of value, potential value, what we think is valuable this sprint. And then what's really important is that we then review this, right? We take this increment, and here are our stakeholders. They could be users, they could be customers, they could be other various things as well. And back to green with our Scrum team as well, and together we are asking lots of questions, right? So we're asking questions. Was this increment valuable? Do you like it? Is this what you expected? What would you change? What could we do for the future, right? Have things changed in our environment or in the market, etc., where we want to change things for the future? So it's not just the product owner signing off on what the developers made at the sprint review, but it's these people, the Scrum team and the stakeholders collaborating together, inspecting the results, not just a demo, but a collaborative discussion, so that the team can adjust what they're doing, so that they can remember, they can learn, and that they can come up with an adaptive solution so that they can generate value, right? Values, right? This is what we're after. This is why we learn, so that we're not doing work that isn't valuable, but that we're striving to do work that is valuable. So we strive to learn in Scrum, so that each and every sprint, more sprints we have, hopefully we're learning more, so that we can come up with better solutions, so that we can generate value. And a Scrum Master encourages this environment. So a Scrum Master helps a product owner on how to order their product backlog. What's the most effective way to do that? Scrum Master fosters an environment where the Scrum team as a whole turns a selection of the work into an increment of value. So it's not just, well, I'm a developer over here doing my work, and, well, I'm a tester, I'm doing this, I'm QA, well, I'm a business analyst, I'm user stories, this and that. But the whole Scrum team is collaborating together, they're focused together as one team. The smallest right, it's in one sense you lose yourself on a Scrum team because it's not just about your individual work. It's ultimately about your work and how it contributes to the team delivering this increment of value during a sprint. And then of course we inspect those results not only with the Scrum team but also with our stakeholders. Crucial that we get our stakeholders involved in our Scrum so that we're not doing zombie Scrum, but we're doing true Scrum, and we have the heartbeat of true Scrum, and we're getting all the value we can of what we're doing by involving our stakeholders frequently. We're shipping things, we're learning, we're inspecting, we're collaborating together so that we can work effectively, and a Scrum Master has the crucial role of fostering that environment, which makes it so important. They influence, but they don't have authority, and they encourage Scrum to be used to its maximum so that the Scrum team can be as effective as they can. So that is, in a nutshell, what Scrum is, and we'll dive more into the nuts and bolts of it later. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.